Yeah, I'm ready. Fuck it. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Kendall K. Howard, back again with another episode of How You Doing? Second week of this series that we are doing today. And today, I'm very fortunate to have a friend of mine, co-worker. He's an editor-in-chief of mine for the Mixx Magazine, Mr. Jaron Fields.
What's good? What's good with you, man? What's good?
What's up, Jaron? How you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm blessed, man. I woke up today, you know what I'm saying? Walking, stepping, breathing, you know what I'm saying? We out here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jaron, I'm glad to have you on the show today. Like I said, this is how you doing.
I'm glad you invited me, yeah.
Yes,
definitely.
sir. So let's get straight into it, man. What are some of your interests and hobbies, my man?
My interests and hobbies, man. Listen, man, I got a problem, dog. So, like, I get bored of things easily, dog. So, like, this whole media thing was not, like, the starting point of, like, my, like, you know, career and shit. Like, when I went to college, man, I was a pilot. I used to fly planes in college. And then they got too expensive. I realized it was a rich white man sport. And I was taking out too many loans.
Yeah.
So I switched communications. And, you know, I just advanced to that. I feel like I advanced things I do. You know, I advanced to communications in that department. And then I went to media. I learned how to work with cameras and things of that nature, which I always been into cameras and, like, being behind media and, like, stuff like that. I always want to be in front of a camera and stuff. And so, you know, my hobbies right now, though, is, you know, mostly, like, you know, I don't know, man, writing, you know what I'm saying, working on this magazine, you know, just actually my newest hobby is taking photos, man. Like when I started doing this magazine, like I never worked with a camera before. Like, well, never been a photographer for real.
Right.
But part of like, you know, our big scheme of like advertisements, we go to like parties and things of that nature, and we'll take photos of people in attendance, or whatever, and hand out cards, which, you know, helps create awareness for the magazine. But with that also too, you know, we go to concerts and take photos, which I've taken photos for like a lot of like big name artists, like NBA YoungBoy, 6ix9ine. I was like, I was dope to get 6ix9ine right before he like got locked up and everything. He came to Louisville. I met him up close in person and shit, and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. But yeah, man, that's my hobbies right now. I feel like, you know, I really get into this photography bag, but I really like it. I feel like, you know, it's a lot of avenues you can get into with that. And I'm also doing interviews and stuff with people for the Mixx Magazine. And I really like interviewing people and talking to people. So I like this right here. This is dope. You know, it's a dope platform to be able to talk to people and other nature like that. And yeah, man, it's probably my biggest hobby right now, you know, doing interviews and photography right now with the magazine.
So I know you mentioned like communication and like photography and journalism all together. It's like something that you're really interested in.
Yeah.
Where did like this interest in the media in the media business come from? Like, how did you even get into all of this? Like, what sparked the brain to say, I want to try this out?
Man, I just stumbled upon it, you know. When I switched to that communications department in EKU, when I went to EKU, Eastern Kentucky University, I had to get an internship. And I happened to, like, know some people that was in radio, like one of the biggest radio stations in Lexington, the one on the beat, with the biggest hip-hop R&B station in Lexington or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I happened, like, my granny happened to know the dude who, like, runs it, whatever, and got in connection with him, and he got me on to intern the radio. I did that for like 2 years, whatever, and I was dope. You know, I got to like go to with the Janet Jackson concert. I met Ice Cube in person and stuff like that. Like I hung out with my Ice Cube like a whole day.
Really?
That shit was lit. Yeah. He came to the station and was like, you know, doing like interviews like throughout the whole day with like all this. He had that big three. He had the big three that came to Lexington Rupp Arena.
Yeah.
And so he had. I was pressed because they didn't bring Allen Iverson, and I have an Allen Iverson MVP card that I wanted him to sign, but he didn't show up.
Did any other players come?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of players came, but like Allen Iverson didn't come. He was supposed to be one of the big three players, but I was hurt about that. But still, you know, I forgot. I kind of got off topic of what was the question again?
It's more so how'd you get into media business? You was talking about like how you was
so
working
yeah,
internship.
the interns what got me into it for. But I've always had an interest in media and things of that nature. I've always been like, you know, big in, you know, like recording things. I always wanted to do a YouTube channel, but like I recently started one, but like back in the day I didn't. But I always wanted to though, and. So, you know, I got in the radio. I seen what he was doing behind there, and I really, like, took interest in it. And then I had a friend who started a satellite radio station. And he see when I was doing it as an intern at the big radio station downtown, he's asked me if I want to jump on. Before I knew it, you know, first he had me behind the scenes, like, you know, working the board and shit of that nature. And then before I knew it, I had my own radio show, and I had, like, 2 co-hosts and all that. We was having, like, interviews, like, every week. Shit was dope. It was dope. You know, at one point in time, we had our own office and everything, you know. But it kind of went downhill, you know. We kind of split ways, you know. He's a DJ too, DJ Knockout. Shout out to him. Put me on to it was Ground to Shine Radio at the time, and you know, he had other adventures he wanted to do, so you know, we kind of parted ways with that. And then from there, I have a a cousin who actually ran the Mixx Magazine. It was a published magazine for like 10 years, and she did like hella dope shit with it. And she like seen what I was doing with the radio and all that in this media period, and she asked me if I would be interested in running the magazine for her. And I was like, I know nothing about a magazine, but I'm always into researching. So, I researched, things of that nature about magazines and that. And I was like, I took it upon myself to take it on. And I feel like I've been successful at it with like not knowing anything about it at first, but, learning so much as I've been going along.
Just learning on the fly, basically.
Learning on the fly, yeah. So it's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah. When I went to EKU to fly planes, I never been on the airport nor been on the plane when I made that my major. I just thought it was a dope thing to do. And
I used to do something like that too.
Yeah.
Actually, my freshman year, I took like the aviation class. It was like a little summer program I did like before my freshman year in high school in Louisville.
Uh-huh.
It was like in West Louisville and Shawnee. It was
That's
all
dope.
right because like you like just the thought of like flying planes is just
Yeah.
cool, especially with us being black. Like you think about
right.
Tuskegee
Yeah.
Airmen.
There's only 4 of us in that whole program out of like 100 people.
Yeah, so it's just like
But
a
yeah.
cool concept, man.
Yeah, it was a dope concept. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. But I figured I'd rather be rich enough to where I can make it my hobby rather than my actual job. So like I know a lot of people who like flying's a hobby. I'm like, shit, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
I want money like that. But so going back to I just took it upon myself to take it on, and I was like, this would be a good way to build myself and like learn different skills. And I'm always open to learning different things. So I took it upon myself to do that, and here I am.
So I heard you mention talk about the Mixx Magazine. Like, talk about like what have you done so far since you joined? I know you said a family relative of yours kind of got you into.
Yeah,
it.
well, I'll give you the backstory of the Mixx Magazine. So the Mixx Magazine, my cousin Kia Snowden made the Mixx Magazine 10 years ago. She started it up in like 2012, 2010. And she had a lot of connections, so she used that, and basically she would like travel different cities and like take photos of people and like build the awareness that way. And it was sold out throughout the East Coast, and like she did interviews with like she did Future's first ever magazine interview and cover, like ever. Like when he first came out with Rex and Rex and Rex in Atlanta, like before anybody knew who Rex and Rex and Rex was or who Future was. He was at AC3. It was a festival, and she like ended up doing. She covered the festival actually for the magazine. The magazine covered the whole festival, and she interviewed and covered with Future. And like a year later, he blew up, and he's like one of the biggest like rap artists right now.
Yeah.
And she also like interviewed Meek Mill and Wale when they first signed to MMG. Like when they first out the gate, like first signed. Like she did like in-depth interviews with them and a whole article on them.
I'm big fan of them. I've been rocking this since I was in middle school.
And now they blow up. She did an article with Mac Miller, and RP Mac Miller. Like you know what I'm saying. She did. But her projection for like the magazine, her whole concept was, up and coming. So she was doing up and coming artists, businesses of that nature, and different things like that. It was a lifestyle magazine, so she would also go to like different clubs in different cities and like take photos, hand out cards, things of that nature, whatever, to put up her awareness. And it was sold from like New York all the way to Miami, all out the East Coast, whatever. And she did that for 10 years, but people don't buy hard copy magazine anymore. It's not a real thing. People don't go like to the store and buy hard copy magazines. Everything's online. So she switched into online, and she seen what I was doing, and she asked me if I want to take on her online magazine. I was like, yeah, So I took it upon myself to take that on, and when I started, we did a couple of festivals and things of that nature. Did a Forecastle 2 years in a row in Louisville.
Did you do it this year?
Yes, I did this year too. Did a random festival called Rumpfest, which was like actually dope. It's funny because it was bluegrass music. It was the biggest bluegrass festival in the country.
Really?
And there was like 80,000 people out there.
Was it here in Lexington?
No. It was in Bowling Green, I think.
Okay.
No, not by Bowling Green. Maybe it was Bowling Green. I'm not for sure. Don't quote me on that.
All right.
But all I know is 80,000 people out there, and I was kind of sketchy. I'm a black man.
I'm about to say, in that kind of environment. I've been in something like that before.
Yeah, but
man.
they was cool as a motherfucker. They was cool as hell, for real. Like I was glad. If I know, I'd bring a 10 out there, camped out myself, for real. If I knew how cool they was, for real. And if people kept saying out there, we're not like country music people. We're different than because like I thought going up there, I would see nothing but like Trump 2020 hats everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
MAGA, you see them everywhere.
I ain't seen that one Trump 2020 hat. 8,000 people out there, and but it was really nothing but like RVs everywhere. It's like hella RVs. Most people came out there to get drunk.
Really?
But, they had a big concert and shit, and we took photos and like did interviews with like people out there. So that was a dope experience. And I've been able to go to a hella different concerts. I've taken photos. Like first when I first took it on. I had nobody really. I had no writers, no photographers. So basically, I was just doing everything myself. So that's when I picked up the craft of photography. Bought my own camera and just winged it basically. But I got good at it for real. I've been to see all the artists I've taken photos of, like T Grizzly, 6ix9ine, NBA YoungBoy, Dirk, Webby, yeah,
Jacquees,
yep.
Jacquees.
Who else, man? Lil Baby, man, like yeah. I mean, it's been a dope experience, being to work for the magazine, doing this, editor in chief and things of that nature, and I'll be able to do a lot of networking. Magazine's very good for networking for sure. It's really helped me out with meeting different people and figuring out different avenues of where I want to go in this media department. 'Cause I really don't know. I'm still just dabbling, but I feel like this position I have right now is definitely a good building block for where I want to go and where I want to see the magazine go.
So I know with you dabbling around with all types of stuff in media, what's been your favorite thing to do when it comes to media? Like whether it be with camera work, shooting for being a photographer, or writing a journalist. What's been your favorite?
I feel like my favorite thing to do is interviewing people. Actually, actually being able to interact with people and talk to people. I really like that. I really like talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Figuring out things. And I like editing videos and creating content too.
Okay,
for sure. That's probably my favorite thing to do. If I could, I'd probably be main game. Probably I think I want to work for Viceland for real. That's really what I want to do.
I can see you doing that.
Yeah, I really like the channel Viceland. That's really a dope.
What about Complex? You ever think you looking into that too?
Complex, yeah, I like Complex too. The magazine, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I know you mentioned some of the artists you covered before. Mm-hmm. Whenever we went down to the list, you talk about 6ix9ine, Lil Baby, Lil Durk.
Right.
What's been some of your favorite stories that you got to cover since doing the Mixx Magazine?
My favorite stories I get to cover. What do you mean?
Just any event? What's been some of your favorite events? Some of the favorite things.
My favorite event to this day is probably Lil Baby.
Really?
Just cause it was surreal. It's probably I say about 8,000 people in this building. WKU's homecoming, and I'm on stage with Lil Baby, and he comes out right next to me, and you just see the whole crowd just erupt. It was surreal. It was surreal, and definitely I would say NBA YoungBoy. I was a fan of NBA YoungBoy, but once I went to his concert and it's different when you hear somebody rap about something, but it's really different when you see them in person. And you can actually see they feel that way they rapping. When he's talking about the shit he's talking about in them songs, he's really going through that shit. You can tell, he chain smoked the whole pack of cigarettes the whole time he's on stage.
Cigarettes?
Yes, the whole time he was rapping, he was smoking cigarettes, constantly.
NBA YoungBoy smoked cigs?
Yeah, Newports. I don't know how he was doing it. I don't know how his voice was going.
That's another reason I don't like YoungBoy. I ain't know he smoked them damn cigs.
Because he smoked cigarettes, nigga probably do everything. Cigarettes the worst thing he doing? I mean, cigarettes is the worst thing he doing. He's doing all right to me.
Well, according to the internet, and with them allegations, that ain't the worst thing he out there.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, man, you could really see his pain in his face when he was rapping. He was really I'm just out here just to make money type shit. But, yeah, that was dope, man. But, yeah, I mean, I've actually also, the magazine, I've been able to really, develop my writing skills, which I've always been a writer, which is, good thing, working with a magazine. But, I've also been able to really, develop my writing skills and things of that nature, and, I've also been, I've also written a lot of articles for people, for different artists and locally and surrounding places or whatever. And I recently wrote an article for a girl out of Cali. She actually did the soundtrack for Insecure, the TV show on HBO.
Yeah,
she did soundtrack for them, whatever. She contacted us asking for a highlight in our magazine, whatever. I did an article for her and did online interview with her, whatever. That was dope. Did another artist out of Chicago too, he upcoming singer out of Chicago. And yeah, man, yeah. I mean, it's definitely dope, being able to what really I like about, writing for the magazine, things of that nature is writing an article for somebody and then getting the feedback and how much they love what you wrote about them. Being able to really getting your bag and really getting what I'm saying, your word game skills to make shit pop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I heard you talk about, you mentioned that the artists contact you. Do you often get artists contact you to do a story on them, or do you often go fetch for them?
Vice versa. Right now I have a new writer, Chris. He he's actually writing. He's been working on indie artists, but he's really into
alternative music,
and things of that nature. So damn, what was the question?
Like, do artists usually like come to you, or do you go?
Well,
to the artist
yeah.
for the
Well,
story?
he actually he wants to be an AR, so this is a very good way for him to build up his development, showing his skills of being able to find talent. So he's been actually going out and finding artists. But most of the time, when I write about artists, it's people that contact me. But man, this day and age, I keep it honest. Everybody won't be an artist, but I mean, just because you got one song, does that mean you deserve an article in a magazine? Like, I have a lot of people they don't have no music videos, nothing. They just make me one song. They'll contact me like, hey, I'm trying to get an article. And I'm just this is
because everybody think they're a rapper, but they don't want to do that grind.
So, in the first, I ain't gonna lie. When I first started out, I was just accepting, you're not anybody, but really anybody who wanted to work with us, I was, willing to work with them. But over time, it kind of deplete your look or whatever, if you just
your
work
reputation,
with anybody, your reputation. So I had to really stop that, whatever, really look for artists that really are coming up, really have a following and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, but yeah.
So it kind of leads into my next question as well. Just talking about some of the artists that you interviewed or just seen around the city of Lexington. With you doing that, and covering music and covering just the lifestyle around Lexington, how important is it for you to shine a light on I know you you talk about the bigger name artists, but what about the lower name artists? How important is it to you to shine a light on those artists as well?
I love it. I mean, I love it. I love writing articles with people and then seeing the wave of people really get more into their music. Really because I feel once you write an article for an artist, whatever, and maybe the first second really article, you know what I'm saying? They share it, you see the feedback from their fans, whatever, and people I love this it's very dope, and I feel it really shows that they're really doing this, you know what I'm saying? They're not just playing around with this music. They're really really trying. So I feel I've seen a lot of people when I've, especially people locally, when I've written articles for them, I see their fan base go up. People are really more attracted, very more curious. They have a article in a magazine, you know what I'm saying? They must be something makes it more curious, you know what I'm saying? So it really helps their career and development, when I do an article for them. So I like that. I like seeing how that impacts their career.
Have you seen, I know you mentioned your cousin, she interviewed Future before he really got big.
Right.
Since you took over the magazine, have there been any artists that you interviewed and since then they blew up after that interview as well, or gotten bigger in terms of their name?
Yeah. I feel I interviewed an artist by Paperboy Casino. He's his music really blown up. He's been working with KY Engineering. He's from Lexington, Kentucky too. Shout out to him, and he's working with him a lot. Building his craft. His followers blew up since I've interviewed him last year, and also Jay Ellie. I did an interview with my man Jay Ellie. He's also working with KY Engineering. His followers blew up hella since our last interview. So it's dope watching. You know what I'm saying, when you meet somebody, you do an interview with them. They're at this level, and you just you be able to watch your their career grow more and more, as time goes on, and thinking about I was I met them when they was this, and now they up here, you know what I'm saying? That's a dope feeling.
Okay, that's cool. I know, you kind of staying on this topic around artists around Lexington.
Right.
I know you've been following them and kind of looking around for the scene.
Yeah.
Who you think right now is popping around the city of Lexington or just in Kentucky in general when it comes to music?
I mean, definitely Jack Harlow. Shout out Jack Harlow. He's definitely putting on the map. He's definitely got that different. He has that. It's very hard for artists to find that and have their own sound and their own look. But he has it. He has his own original sound and original look. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's walking around wearing 3X Coochie shirts. You know what I'm saying? It's just not anybody else doing it, but he's making it look cool. He's making it look dope. I fucks with it.
A new song he got out, What's Poppin', is dope too.
Yeah, that's just lit. That's just lit. Yeah, and it's dope because it's just a lot of people from the area that's working with him. The most both his photographers are from Lexington. And speaking of that, we got heard about Zaza, Zaza?
Yeah. I know Zaza.
Yeah, actually the article on Zaza, I'm looking forward to doing an interview with her soon. Which should be interesting because I was kind of skeptical about it because she's 4, but she's in she's in radio interviews and all that. So I mean, like
Yeah,
really,
I saw her do like the halftime show for the Warriors one time.
yeah.
She's big. She's blowing up.
She done blew up. Yeah, hella
Nah,
people
she's
like
outta
Diddy. Like she blew up when Diddy posted her. Diddy posted her on his Instagram, and she went viral. And she went on Ellen and everything. She went yeah. So like
I think that first major video she did when she was dancing to Water by Schoolboy Q. That's
Water,
the one
that's the one that went viral.
That was the one that went viral. Because
Yeah.
she always been doing it, but that's the one that went viral. And then
Yeah.
other artists had her doing dances too.
Yeah,
and
definitely shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to Zaza, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a good look. Definitely a good look for the city. Yeah, she's from Lexington, Kentucky, so like and she's got like a long. I mean, she's only 4. She had like, and ain't no telling what she could be. You know what I'm saying? When she's all grown, so you know what I'm saying. It's definitely a good look.
And she making music now too.
Yeah. So it's definitely a dope look. Yeah, and What I Do song, like, that shit go hard.
What I do, hey, what I do, hey.
Yeah. that shit go hard. Yeah, I was singing that shit for a month. I was like, I can't get shit out of my head. For real. Yeah.
Who else do you think is like popping around in Kentucky or just Lexington in general?
Like artist wise.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna say my man, like I said, JLE, Paperboy Casino. Man, I mean, I'm saying people who I think like really like go the distance. I mean, there's a lot of people that's popping for real. Cause like I only like talking about this because like you leave one person out, this person out.
People feel slighted.
Yeah,
like
he
ain't even say my name.
He ain't say my name. Yeah,
like niggas always hating on me doing it. You know how niggas be.
It's not that. It's just like it's people I mostly know. But it's a lot of artists like definitely like putting in work in the city for sure. I mean, like don't feel no type of way because I didn't say your name. But
yeah,
I just don't feel like going through a whole list of everybody. So I feel like once I go in the list, I gotta say everybody.
Yeah.
So
I can't. My fault. I can't put you on the spot doing that.
No, it's all good. But those main people though for sure. Yeah. But like you talking about the city? Are you talking about in the state? Period.
Lexington, the state, that like just any like lower name artists that don't get as much coverage. You think it's like just popping and like you could, like you said, you could see them like blowing up in the future.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly them like in the city for sure though. But man, you just never know, dog. Like all you need is that one video, that one song that's blow up, man.
Yeah,
for real. That's how it works. That's how it goes nowadays, dog. Because so many ways to put your music out there. So many ways to just like,
especially in this day and age.
You just never know, man. You just never know, like who's gonna blow up for real.
Yeah. What's outside of like just the local artists? Like, who are some artists that you're listening to nowadays?
What music I listen to?
Yeah, like who you listening to nowadays?
I mean, bruh, for real, I'm more like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake.
The three kings that are running right now, man.
I mean, it's off top, but Kanye West. I'm a big Kanye West fan. I mean, I feel like he's a GOAT.
What's your favorite Kanye song?
My favorite Kanye song?
Yeah.
Damn, nigga. Favorite Kanye song? That's deep. I don't know, man. That's hard. My favorite Kanye song.
I'll give you one back. What's your favorite album?
My favorite album? Either College Dropout or
you better say
or my Dark Twisted Fantasy.
You better say that. I was about to get on you
for sure. It's probably number one, definitely, dog.
I was about to say you better say that one.
There's too many songs on that album. I'm just like I don't even know which one I like more.
Man,
they just all hit
from beginning to end. Did you see the 27-minute video he posted for it too?
Yeah, I seen all that shit.
Oh man,
I got the CD and all that. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for the culture. Yeah.
Who else you been listening to? Who else?
I'm trying to think of some upcoming artists I've listened to.
Or just like just artists in general.
Artists in general, man. I'm really big into Gunna, dog. I really like Gunna. I like Gunna's flow.
Big Wanna.
I can listen to the whole album of Gunna and just vibe out. Like, it's my riding music right there. And I'm not trying to, like, ride a long distance.
Yeah.
Put on some Gunna and I can vibe out for a minute with that. Man, I mean, hell, I feel like my main artist I listen to is, like, probably, like, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole and shit, I like shit, I like, Drake. I like listening to shit that people actually talking about something, what I'm saying? I mean, I listen to trap, I'm trying to get hype, but, like, I like listening to shit that, like,
with some substance in it.
Some substance in it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I've been catching myself lately, like, because I always been, like, listening to Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. Like, I remember, like, watching Cole, like, come up, like, before he dropped Who That, like, just listening to him.
I remember being in high school and listening to Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. I'm talking about before Friday Night Lights. Like, my cousins, this is back when Dat Piff was, like, the main site.
Right. Yeah.
Like, with him, Wale, Kendrick was all starting up, Wiz Khalifa, Big Sean, like, that whole class.
Yeah.
I was, like, in middle school. I was, like, 6th grade when they was, like, starting, like, to put out these songs. And I remember, like, it's just amazing me just, like, watching them from, like, the ground up, like, just work.
Yeah.
And, like, to get to this level, like, to being, like, the very best of like just the rap game. It's just been crazy. Like
It's
I remember,
crazy, yeah.
I remember the first time seeing Best I Ever Had. That was my first exposure to Drake.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who is this guy? Who is Drake? And I started listening to So Far Gone and Take Care. That was like an album that resonated with me the most. Like eighth grade year.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. I take care. That's 11th grade. I remember that. That was a wild summer.
Man.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah. Loving the crew. Yeah, they was loving the crew that year. Nigga. Yeah, I remember that.
And I be like nowadays, I be seeing myself like listening to Drake more and more because like some people like Drake he ain't the same no more. But like even like in his new album like
I feel
Scorpion,
like Drake's still hitting. I ain't gonna.
I think
front,
he's still
man.
hitting. Like he's like just listening to
Keep it
Scorpion
1000,
and stuff. Like
yeah.
he be talking about real stuff and like
Yeah.
just hearing the things he's going to. I just be like
Yeah.
feeling like I relate to things he be saying.
Yeah, hella quotable lines.
Hella quotable lines.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just
he's the GOAT.
he is. Of all time,
I mean,
He's the GOAT right
he's
now.
the GOAT, dog. I mean,
I think,
yeah,
yeah.
dog. I mean, but it's dope because a GOAT created GOAT. Like Lil Wayne created Drake, and it's
Yeah.
just like, and that's wild because Lil Wayne was the GOAT. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
he put on Drake and Nicki. Like that's
yeah.
that's a hell of a
wild.
put on
That's
right
wild. So I'm saying, yeah. Lil Wayne, yeah. He's,
Drake is bigger than Lil Wayne. Arguably, if you say that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't think Drake has nowhere near as much material as Lil Wayne though. I don't think most people do. I think the only artist I can think of has more material than Lil Wayne is Gucci.
Just like embodies the word, like
Yeah, bodies of word. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean,
Wayne, yeah.
Lil Wayne mixtape king. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, he got mixtapes, albums. He been
Yeah.
out since the '90s, since he was a kid. So yeah.
So.
Drake only been out for a decade, so he got some time to catch up with that.
Right. But Drake got it though. He ain't slipping on his pimping for sure.
What about Jay-Z? You think he's on?
Man, listen, I don't fuck with Jay-Z, dog. I just don't think Jay-Z is as big as people like make him out to be, dog.
Oh man,
I've listened to his albums. I'm just like I ain't impressed.
What is
ain't
it about him
impressed.
that you don't like?
I'm just not impressed with his music. Like
Okay.
I'm like I mean like I like some of the songs, but like I've listened to like all like his albums. You know what I'm saying? And like I couldn't tell you one album that I'm just like I will listen to all the way through. Like
Not even 444.
No,
The newest
I
one?
didn't, yeah, I listened to that, but I didn't like all them songs on there. I don't like 3 or 4 songs on there. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
OJ and like it's like 2 other songs I liked on there. But, like,
Kill
other than that-
Jay-Z. You like that one? That's the first
yeah.
song on there.
Yeah, I think I like that one.
444.
I ain't like that whole album, dog. I just don't resonate with Jay-Z, dog. I don't think he's as good as people say he is, man.
I
That's just
used
me.
to be like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I remember like being my dad. This is like one of my earliest memories when it comes to music. Like I remember dancing to Jay-Z with my dad to like a little like radio,
Right,
like one of
right,
the little
yeah.
jukeboxes we had in my room, and I was like 3 years old. And Jay-Z, he was like cussing. I don't know what song it was.
Right.
My mama cussing like, Ben, don't let him listen to that. What are you doing? And he's like, go ahead and dance. I'm over dancing to Jay-Z. And then as I got older, I didn't really like him. But then it was like, I would say like 5, 6, 7 years ago, I finally was like, let me listen to Jay-Z. And then that's when I was like, oh, yeah, he's cold. Yeah,
Right.
Jay's cold. I don't know why I stopped liking him, but it's like, nah, he's really cold. I like Jay. I'm surprised you said that because me and you kind of have like the same music taste.
I like Jay-Z, but I just don't think he's as high many people think of it. I mean, I definitely put a Lil Wayne over there. I put a lot of artists over Jay-Z, honestly. I mean,
Wayne over Jay-Z?
I'm putting hell yeah.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Hey, Jaron.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
He got Lil Wayne got way more material. He got way more his songs.
13 platinum hits.
Way more his songs.
13 platinum albums, man. Come on now. Wayne ain't got that. Jay-Z got that.
Man, he bought them shits, dog. Fuck that.
Man,
Jay-Z ain't like that, dog. I'm sorry.
you
bruh.
tripping, Jaron.
I ain't with it. I ain't tripping, bro.
You tripping, Jaron. Come on now.
All right, man. It's
It's your opinion.
only
We
your
are.
opinion, yeah, man.
You got
I'm
wherever
gonna
I
keep
got
it
you.
1,000, dog. No, I ain't impressed.
I feel you, man. So, what do you feel like is the future for the Mixx Magazine and just you in general when it comes to the media business, man?
I think a lot about where I want to go with this, whatever. But I really think my end game. I think I want to be like a creative director for a business. Like maybe I really like Viceland. I don't know. I said that earlier, but like I like Viceland. So like maybe like Viceland or like some maybe Complex. I don't know. But I feel like a creative director would be dope because like I've had so much experience doing different things, whether it's writing, photography, and I feel like as a creative director. It's one thing, be able to create something, figure out we're going to do this and that. But it's another thing to be like, I've done this before, so I need you to do this and be able to show them how you want it to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, with so much experience around media, things I've done like editing videos, things of that nature, like green screen, all that, creative director would be a dope position for me. But, with the magazine, I definitely want to, keep pushing it, keep doing interviews, man, keep getting awareness out there, going to different cities, taking photos, just bringing the awareness, seeing how far I can take it, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, and definitely like get an opportunity for writers like you and things like that nature, put this stuff on, like, get experience, in the media, what I'm saying, have a resume to like show like what you can do. Cause cause like, one thing about the Mixx Magazine, we had two writers, that now work for Ebony Magazine. We have another writer that works for New York Journal, and have another photographer works in New York just for some big company too, whatever. But what I'm saying, like, they started with the Mixx Magazine. They built from there. They use this platform to build to higher places. So like, it's definitely been a dope thing. Being a part of this.
All right, man. Jaron, I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me, dog.
Of course, and I appreciate you like allowing me to like work for the magazine, just put me on. Cause like you said, it is a fun opportunity to do, and I've been having fun writing for you.
Yeah, for sure,
and
man.
Working with you, man. So appreciate you, big dog.
All right, man. Yeah, nothing but love, man.
Nothing
for sure.
but love.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we got time for how you doing today. Appreciate y'all for tuning in this week. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like and tell y'all friends. We out here, man.
We out.